right, I'm back. All right, we live today. Haven't been live in a minute, so thought I'd get on and answer any questions. Let's talk credit, talk third parties today. We're going to talk a little bit about third parties. I got a video coming up on some of the pitfalls of uh, disputing and why we fall short of get negative items off. So, working on that, we're going to talk a little bit about third parties. I don't think we addressed that issue enough, so we're definitely going to be talking about third parties, uh, who does what, why you should work on clearing up that report. We skip a lot of steps in disputing and how to get information off our credit report. So, hey, just you know the deal. Come on, hit the thumbs up. Please like, subscribe, share, all that good information. So we're definitely going to talk about a lot of different things today. Uh, so try to be more consistent with these lives on Sunday. I thought I'd try to do them on Saturday. Sometime I may do Saturday and Sunday, but I'm gonna try to at least do it every single Sunday. So thank you for coming out. This is the Best Credit Repair channel. This is Larry, your mediator for the day. And I'm here to just talk about answer any questions. I know people have questions they want to ask. Hey, there's an opportunity for you to come on and ask questions. If you don't, shoot me an email. My email is lcoleman, COLEMAN at advance loan, LOAN credit services with an S.com. So that's my email. It's definitely in the description. You can always send me an email. If you need me to look at your credit, I can look at your credit, kind of tell you, what you could do, what's reported inaccurate, how you can challenge it, what are the steps you need to take, all that other type of stuff. So I'm here. I'm gonna stay on here for a while and wait for people to come on, and let's talk credit. So I'm definitely going to be trying to start up my car channel because I'm in the cars for people that don't know. But I'm going to definitely start up my little car channel. Uh, well, I already have one. I just don't really shoot videos on it, but I'm definitely going to probably be doing that. Uh, talk about authorized users. We'll talk about dispute processes. We'll talk about third parties. We'll talk about how to build credit. I think a lot of people sometimes take so much on trying to get a few negative items. They spend more time trying to get a negative item removed uh, that's old, may not be affecting your score that much more than trying to continue to build on your uh, continue to build your credit and your profile to strengthen your profile. It's one of the key things you need to do is to continually try to put good items on your credit report. Sometimes we're focused on putting anything on there that says good history, but be careful the stuff you put on there. Don't put too many subprime cards. Those subprime cards are indicators. Remember, even though there's utilization, credit history, new credit, inquiries, mix of credit, all those things, but there are so many other uh, scoring the algorithm that scores so many other things, debt to income ratio, uh, how much debt you're carrying on your credit report. There's other things. That's why sometimes we can't understand why our credit fluctuates. from week to week, month to month. When stuff is reported and you look and you say, well, I don't know why my score dipped. I don't really see anything different. But there are some little minor changes in your credit report that cause your scores to dip 2 or 3, 4 points here. Uh, and sometimes we worry about those dips a little bit more, but there's so many other things that you could do to improve your improve your credit score. But it's really, how do I build my credit profile? How can I strengthen that credit profile? And also, how can I get the negative items off of my credit report? It is a combination of multiple things you should be doing to improve your credit score. Some people they're so focused on, I want a 750 or 800. To be honest with you, I don't have a 750 credit score, and I have about 100. I have $124,000 in personal credit. I don't have a 750, right? But my profile is solid. That's why I can continue to obtain large credit limits and stuff like that, because I've learned this game, and this game, it can be tricky. And sometimes people get so concentrated. I want that 750. I want that 800. And I know people that have higher credit scores than me, and I've got more credit than them, and they're struggling trying to get the credit. But how do you get that much credit? But because I don't focus so much on my credit score, I focus on what my credit profile and how I have a good mix of credit and how I'm maintaining that credit and what type of credit that I put on my credit report. Right. So when you do those things, you have a better opportunity to achieve those higher limit cards and how to work the system. Right. This is some videos I tell people, like, if you, like a married couple. Now, when me and my wife were building credit, I mean, when she got a card, I got a card. When I got a card, she got a card. So we were kind of double teaming both of our credit reports, right? She was taking care of credit, I'm taking care of my credit, and we were able to throw good stuff on both of our credits, right? And then we had the opportunity, once we build. So, I mean, I have cards that she's still an authorized user on, because I have really high limit cards. So, but I don't, but I always use, but we use that strategy to accelerate. That's why in a short period of time we accelerated. So Ashley asked me, is it becoming increasingly difficult to get simple things done with the credit bureaus? It is getting different. It is getting difficult. But I think our approach a lot of times is that you have to understand that there are so many different credit bureaus that obtain information. A lot. And actually, I'm going to do a video on this. And about these different credit bureaus that obtain information, and they share, and you have to understand, some of these third party bureaus are affiliated with the big three. So a lot of times we're not looking at the third parties and what information that they're obtaining on us. And that's where the biggest mistakes, I think, that I've tried to preach to people, when you're going to this same, trying to go after just the big three, and the big three are looking at other areas to see, are we off, are we really reporting inaccurate information, or is this information in multiple other places, along with going at the creditors, right? To me, honestly, I think the bureaus, because of the amount of disputes that have increased, especially since COVID, and people are becoming more aware of their credit reports and being more focused on improving their credit, that the amount of these disputes they're going through is there. I don't really think they're really going back to the creditors, right? I think they're trying to obtain this information through their own means, and then seeing that information is somewhere else on another report, and then coming back and say they verified it. But us as consumers, right? We let them get away with that. If it is reported inaccurate and you know that it's inaccurate, and we're going to talk about some of these other uh, uh, third parties that pull information that sometimes I notice they're not pulling good information, right? But back to but uh, that they're looking at these different bureaus and they're just pulling information. So we really need to do our due diligence. Like that's why even me, let's keep it real. I have an affiliation with Identity IQ, and I say, hey, I need to see your Identity IQ report. But I've got to a point, even for me, I've even told people, hey, I think you should pull your your annual credit report. It is so detailed and it goes back 7 years, right? Most of these third parties are only going back 2 years, right? So if I was you, I would go your first one you pull. Now after that, if you want to pull them all the time, but after that you want to get Identity IQ, you want to see your scores and all that. That's fine. But I would say your first report, go to annual or go to the big three and pull that report from them. Because if you try to sue them, they're going to ask you where'd you obtain that information from, right? So anyway, let's see. Cash says, I worked at a dealership and we see fake 750s all day and can't qualify for a 15K vehicle. Then we see a 630 get approved for up to 47. I've tried everything under the sun to get Santana report off and it ends up turning out worse. So Ashley, when you say that you're trying to get it off, be specific. What are you reporting that's inaccurate on the account? Are you just trying to get it off, or you see there's inaccurate information? And that's the thing. You got a lot of people telling you can just get stuff off your credit report, but the real answer is it reporting inaccurate, and what inaccurate information are they reporting? Right. That's what you have to focus on. I say I got all collections off, zero inquiries, but once I started trying to clean up the charge off and the repo, I wasn't successful, even with getting one off. Well, again, what was wrong with the reporting of the Santander? Was it reported inaccurate? That's the main thing you have to look at. Is it truly reporting inaccurate? Right. And then let me tell you something about charge off. Now, if that charge off is paid, it's a big difference between an unpaid charge off, what nobody tells y'all, and a paid charge off. The unpaid charge off is being reported every single month. It is unpaid. That's why you see that CO or C every month. Every month. They're reporting on it, which keeps it new, which keeps it fresh on your credit report. It is there to continually to put pressure on you to either settle that account, to settle that account, or you can try to get it removed off by because they're reporting inaccurate information, right? Once a charge off is settled, they no longer can report on that charge off, which means it gets older and older and older, less impactful to your score the older it get. When you don't settle it, because you're trying to be getting it off for 6 months, you can't get it off, right? You can't get it off, and now you're steady trying to get it off, and you're wasting time. And then every month, the next 6 months, they're reporting it, right? The second thing, your charge off also carries a past due balance. So because you're still trying to get it off, they're still reporting it, and they're still reporting you got a past due balance. It is damaging your credit score, and it's going to continue to damage it. It's the whole point in it. That's why I tell clients, I say, I get it. You hate these jokers. They didn't pissed you off. They didn't got you in it. But honestly, sometimes we got to take some ownership in our own actions. Nobody twisted our arm to get into those high loans, our financial situation. So what we have to do is, okay, I get it. I need to get past it, but I got to improve my score. So you got to get out of that charge off. You can't get it off. You can't find inaccuracies. You got to find a way to get it settled so they will stop reporting on it. The second thing, come on, a creditor is not just going to, unless you, it's that's why most people have the biggest problem. That's why more videos get seen when trying to get charge off. Just think about it. You go to people that says, hey, I can get your charge off removed. Those videos get blown out. You know why? Because so many people trying to get charge offs off, right? But just think about this. A creditor is not just going to let it go. He would rather report it inaccurate and for you to take him to court, to get you in a courtroom and pay whatever fines for inaccurate reporting, than remove it from your credit report. Just think about it. And that's why so many people have such a hard time. And I've learned, I let a, I know I've said in multiple videos, I had a charge off for my car. I was letting it ride. Man, I was like, man, this thing is killing me. I went out to try to get a car. Them jokers was like, no. And I was making good money. Credit score is decent, but that charge off. I said, you know what? Man, I got to fix this. So I went down, I used my restrictive endorsement strategy. It didn't work. I said, you know what? Okay, that didn't work. Next step. How do I settle? Settle that account. I asked for a 1099C. Uh, They gave me a 1099C for the remaining balance, and then I got it off. It was much easier getting it off once that account was settled. So, Cash said, how about what makes things worse? I don't know when you mean worse. What's worse? How do you mean worse? Uh, they stated where I live, when I go get a loan wasn't included in the Santana class action. So since I met the same criteria, I tried being pleasant by trying to request they remove it. Didn't work. When it was inaccurate across all three, I tried to dispute it. That way, all the bureaus uh, did was updated. The Santana added a so-called gap insurance credit to the account for $50, which changed the date of last activity. And that would change it because that means the balance increased. So when the balance increased, it definitely changed the date of last activity. Uh, Santana added a so-called gap insurance that changed the date of last activity. But you're not telling me what was wrong, what was reported. You're saying it was inaccurate. What was inaccurate on the account? Actually, help me. Just tell me what was inaccurate. Because if they added the $50 uh, to the account, what was inaccurate? Because that's not in. If they added, then they had a right to change the date of last activity because it increased. So it sounds like you're. It sounds like you still owe on that debt again. I'm gonna keep it real with you. These people are not gonna be erasing 10, $15,000 debts for an inaccurate unless you take them to court. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all, them jokers is like, okay, we reporting it inaccurate. Well, what you gonna do? I mean, so a lot of things you can get, but these charge offs, man, these creditors are not coming out of their uh Uh, yep, Cash is right. The data first delinquency is what matters. The data last activity just keeps it current, right? But the date of first delinquency is the purge date. So it's a little different. So the purge date is the date of last activity, I mean, excuse me, the date of first delinquency is the purge date. The date of last activity is the last active date, which keeps it current, what keeps it new. That's why on charge off accounts, every month, the date of last activity continues to change because there's activity on the account because they just reported the charge off. Okay, Ashley said before I disputed, it was inaccurate across all three different. The amount different and date of last payment was different. Okay, so again, these creditors are not gonna just remove information uh, for the amount being different or the date of last payment, especially if you owe. If you owe 10,000, 15, that's not going to be enough to remove that account. And you can take them, and the only way you're going to get it removed for that is to take them to court. And then it's $1,000 per, it's $1,000 per fine. So you owe 10,000, you got two. That's maybe you'll win 2,000. Maybe you'll win $2,000 on a $10,000 loan. It's not going to wipe that off there. And then if you take them to court, they're going to be like, because now you've opened up yourself within court because you drew them into court. Now their lawyers are going to try to countersue you, right? Maybe try to get, depending on the state you're in, get some garnishment payment out of you. So you definitely got to be careful. All right. So Rosa says, I've been at war with community charge off totals of 7 disputed. 2 times the payment history there said accurate, and then they deleted the entire payment history, having it incomplete trade line all 7. Uh, so Rose, I'm still says I've been at war with community charge off total of 7. But they can't re-age your account. They they can't re-age your account because the date of first delinquency. If you've never made another payment since that date of first delinquency, they can't re-age it. They can't re-age it. First of all, every credit bureau doesn't even put on there what the date of last. I mean, what the date of last your delinquency date, your date of first delinquency. Every credit bureau, that's what you have to go look at. What is the date of first delinquency? That is your purge date. Experian does it. I don't think Equifax doesn't do it, or TransUnion. One of the credit bureaus don't put it on there, but that's what you have to look at. What is the purge date? But again, with charge-offs, so I'm gonna get back to Ashley. Can't settle, Larry, way too much. Have you tried to settle? What kind of settlement offer did they offer you based on the amount? How old is the account? All that is a reflection of the charge off. Uh, if it's a new charge off, she said, the creditors told me to purge date will be from the closing date. No, but the credit bureaus don't listen. The purge date is the date of first delinquency, meaning the first month it went 30 days in the hole is the first delinquency date. So you again go to your annualcreditreport.com, pull that report, and it goes back 7 years. That's what you need to look at. When was the first month that count went 30 days? Once that 7 years, it could be 7 years and up to 6 months, depending on how it falls. That 7 years is your purge date. Oh, 7 minutes. All right, so let me go back. I said the creditors told me that the purge date is the closing date. No, the purge date is not. It's the date of first delinquency. And then Rosa said no settlement. They sold the account. Okay, who did they sell it to? because if they sold the account, then the original creditor is not reporting any kind of balance on the account. They can't report a balance if they sold the account. The account is going to say charge off, it's going to say closed, and sold. It should say sold to whoever, or but it won't even have a balance on that account anymore. It won't even be a delinquent account anymore. She said the second round LP, and they are not reporting. So, Rosa, if you have to look at your credit report, if the original creditor is not reporting a balance and they sold it to a collection company and they're not reporting it, that charge off, even though it's damaging, it's not reporting. There's no more reporting on it. They can't report on it once it's sold. So that's what you need to be challenged them on. So if you look at it, the month they sold that account, there should be no more reporting after that. Yeah, so if it's reporting a zero and they're no longer reporting it, it's probably not damaging your score as much as you think it is. It is. You got to remember there are multiple things that damage your score. It may not be damaging your score as much, but if it's reporting, if it's been sold, what you got to worry about is that collection company gonna throw it on your credit report. But you have a better chance with that saying it's zero of getting it removed, because now the creditor has no more obligation. Well, let me put it like this. They're not, it's going to be easier to get it removed if you can find inaccuracies, and then you could force say, well, I'm going to take you to court because you're reporting this account inaccurate. So you don't owe them any money. They don't even have any title to the money anymore. Yeah, you, and it's also how you're reporting. Some people don't know how to dispute. So if the information, that's why you need to pull your full credit report. Don't pull it that they only show you 2 years of history. You need to pull your full credit report where they show up to 7 years of history. Then you can tell if that account for the 7 years it was reporting that there is not any incomplete or missing information. If you only pull like from Identity IQ or some of these other third parties that don't give you all 7 years, and they do that for a purpose because they don't want you to know there's missing information, right? So they give you this short span of information. So you need to pull from, well, you got 7 years. I need a complete credit report with 7 years of history. Because if that account is missing information for the 7 years, now you got a better chance of getting it deleted because it's incomplete and inaccurate, right? And then you could be specific from this is 2022, so 7 years. You talk about, so from August 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 of 2015 through August of 2018, this account is missing payment history. This account is incomplete. It must have complete and accurate information through the 7 years of reporting of this account. So you got to be specific on what is missing and what is inaccurate. Lord said they left me with a bunch of X underpayment history, and then I called. They told me we do not have the information. Well, if they don't have the information, the account is incomplete, right? It has to be complete information. And when you dispute, you need to, listen. Let me see. I have a. Do I have a letter that I in front that I can go in? So hold on a second. I'm gonna pull up a letter that and how you when you're disputing, See if I can pull it up right quick. Oh. So, like, this is one I say I am disputing an inaccurate 60-day late payment on 10/2021, reported on my 2-year payment history. This account is inaccurate. There is a 30-day late payment reporting. So, they can't be a 60-day late payment without a 30 days. So, what happened is they were reporting a 60-day late payment. They were reporting a 60-day late payment with no 30-day. You can't, it was okay. And then it went straight to 60. But I also put in a letter like under section 609, 1681G and section 610, 1681H, I am requesting information on file, sources, reported recipients in every consumer reporting agency shall, upon request and subject to section 610A1, 1681H, clearly and accurately disclose to the consumer to verify the accuracy and the proper investigation of the inaccurate account. And please delete this inaccurate account, right? So it's really sometimes how you're specifically disputing the information, why you're disputing that information, and you need to pull your full credit history. Quit pulling that 2-year credit history. You need to pull the whole thing. Uh, okay, Ashley, I know I kind of skipped you, Ashley. So let me go back to some of your. You say, yeah. So if they had just left it alone, yep, I got that. 2019, exactly. Thank you so much for war. We continue it. It's 7 charge-offs from the same furniture. I clearly filed 7 individual complaints. So let me tell the Consumer Financial Bureau is more of a data. They just collect data, right? They may go after a credit bureau, but when you have to do it, but if you're looking for results from them to make the credit bureaus do something, they're not. They're not going to do it. The credit bureaus are a private organization, right? Uh, and that's what's so jacked up about these credit bureaus is because it's a private organization. So but charge-offs, I'm gonna tell you this, they difficult to get off. You're gonna see tons of videos. You're gonna be searching for videos, people talking about charge-offs. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. They're difficult, they're not impossible, but they're difficult, especially when you owe. To me, I tell people if you can get this somehow, get it settled some way, you have a better opportunity to get it off and it stops reporting. Continue to call them, continue to work with them, continue to figure out, hey, I'm a hardship. I've lost my job through COVID. Is there any other way that we can get this settlement done and break it down? You know, you're gonna have to try some way to get it done. That's I've come to terms with what it is. I've even tried writing hardship letters. I got no response from Amex or Discover. Uh, I mean, I would like to look at your actually. I really would like to look at your credit report. Maybe you can send me a copy of the accounts, but I want to see the full account, like from annualcreditreport.com. Maybe I can look at it and give you some advice on, or give you, help you out with a letter that could be stronger and hit. And talk and sometimes hitting the creditor with the a letter is really good too, just doing a direct dispute. No, the creditor, I mean, if the creditor is going to sue you, they're going to sue you regardless, right? But most of these creditors, uh they're not going out suing people. You probably got more collection agencies trying to sue you, but a lot of these creditors are not suing. They're not going after people like that unless it's a large amount of money. I mean, I had a $19,000. I owed $19,000 with Capital One. They never tried to sue me for the money. They and I blew the engine, so they didn't even sell the car and anything. I was like, whatever, and I never got sued. I don't really hear a lot about people getting sued from original creditors. I know it happens, but uh, you really need to just, you really need to evaluate, be truthful about it. If it's reported inaccurate, dispute with the bureaus, also dispute with the original creditor, send, and just let them know, hey, you're reporting inaccurate information under section 611, 1681 S2B. Is your responsibility to report accurate information, and you're not. Yep, that's the way to do it. Listen, I had a bankruptcy. Listen, I had a bankruptcy and I had a charge off, right? But when my bankruptcy got stamped the approval and I left the court, that day I started working on my credit. I started putting good information on my credit. That was my whole point. I tried to get stuff removed. What I couldn't get removed, I just continually added good stuff. Pay my bills, continually added good stuff. When I got to a certain point, because you get to a certain point, those charge offs things are gonna kind of stall your credit score from moving up. I think when I got to about a 670, that's when I was like, all right, this charge off is holding me back. And I think that's when I settled. And actually Capital One settled for me for like 2750 and I was like 1900. And then I got the 1099 and got it off my credit report. And then the bankruptcy, when I got the bankruptcy off, my credit, and I've said this in other videos, my credit score didn't raise 1 point. It didn't raise 1 point because that stuff, as it gets older, man, it doesn't affect your score. It just affects that when people look at your credit report, they see that at some point you filed, but it doesn't affect your score, right? So that's where a lot of people they concentrate too much on removing negative items. They may not even raise their score that much, but it does stain your credit report that at some point you had, that you filed bankruptcy, you didn't pay a bill, all that other type of stuff. So as I said, I'm focused on adding positive accounts, secure credit card, Navy Federal pledge loans with Navy Federal lender. Yep, that's the way to go. And with secure cards, a good thing to do is once you get a secure card, every time you get paid, increase the limit on it. Add $50. $50. If you could do $50 every paycheck, you'll increase the limit on it every month. And then when they report it the next time, they'll say, "Hey, oh man, your score increased. Your credit card had a increase and really help you." So get it fixed now. After settling charge off, can you get it removed after? Yeah, yeah. That's when you really have a better opportunity because the creditor, if it's settled, they can't sue you. They've already deemed, okay, we can't do nothing else with the account. Now, if you start going after inaccuracies, you have a better chance. But man, these creditors are not coming off these charge offs and you owe people money. I've been doing this for a while, and unless you take them to court, man, they're not coming off of them like that. It's very few. It's very few, and you don't really even hear people. If people saying they getting charge offs removed like that, man, they got to show me because I have not seen a consistency. Now I get it; some people are getting it off, but a consistency of that happening. This is the most difficult thing to get off your credit reports, a charge off, and it's because the original creditor has it. Collection accounts, you can get them off. You can update. You can get late payments updated if you dispute it right. But some of this disputing falls back on our third parties, and that's what I'm gonna do a video on. I got the paperwork all together, but I wanted to do the live first, so I'm gonna do a video on third parties and why you should really scrub these third parties before you start disputing with the big three. But yes, you have a better chance to getting it off. But I think the biggest mistake most people make, man, is they focus sometimes too much on trying to get a negative item and not enough on putting positive information on their credit report. But these charge offs, man, they're the most damaging item reporting. more damaging than a collection account, more damaging than late payments. They are the most damaging. And people will tell you a late payment, but these charge offs, because they're consistently reporting every month, they're consistently reporting that this account is delinquent, right? And they go against your debt to income ratio. Remember, if you got a $20,000 debt on your credit report that is delinquent, it goes against your debt to income. That's another reason why a lot of people get get denied credit, because that loan, that charge off has increased their debt to income ratio. That's why when you get a mortgage, those people in mortgage, like, you got to get rid of that. You got to get rid of that. Your debt to income ratio is 52. It needs to be 43. All right, so get it fixed. And why a debt show collection? And why a debt shows collection slash charge off? Uh, because the charge off is, remember, collection charge off is just a terminology. So they're just saying it's either a collection or a charge off. They're really trying to cover their bases, but I mean, it's not enough to get it removed. Ashley said Experian did the same thing to me with the Amex card off. Before it charged off, I had perfect payment history. They started putting X's in the middle of the history. Well, you should, if it's not complete, you should be disputing it. They say they did not have the data. If they don't have the data, then it's incomplete. They have to report complete information. If the original creditor is not, you should dispute it again. It says this account from this date to this date has missing information. Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, this account must be section 1681 S2-B, section 611, 1681I. This account is incomplete and must be complete to report on my credit report. And you have to dig that in there. You have to do your due diligence. And then if they come back, you have to do a method of verification letter. And that method of verification letter, you should be requesting all information in your file. And I read that statement to you that says you're requesting under section 609, you're requesting all information on file. And under section 610, I'm giving you my driver's license and social security number as a requirement to receive this information under section 609 on your method of verification letter. And you have 15 days to from this request to submit this information to me. It's all in following the regulations. And if they don't do it, then you just got to take them to court. Remember, the credit bureaus are not just an American company. These are world companies that have establishments in 30 different countries, right? So you gotta push the button. You gotta take them to court sometimes. Hey, I know for all y'all that's on here, just do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Let's see, did I miss anything? Sorry. Another thing, like, try to get some authorized users, right? Try to find people that can throw authorized users on there, right? Uh, so, uh, if y'all need authorized users, holla at me sometime. Shoot me an email. I mean, I have some people that I've added on some of my high limit cards for some months to try to help them get what they need in their credit. But if you need some high limit authorization cards, holla at me. Maybe something that I can help y'all out with. But it comes at a cost. But I mean, it can help you boost your credit score. Yeah, you got it there. And like I said, Rosa, if you need me to look at your credit report, it may be things I can look at to show you what strategies you need to do and what you have. If you want to, I don't mind giving free credit analysis, just to kind of go over your credit with you, and then just go over what strategies you need to do. Because I think sometimes, when you're trying to build your credit, even when you get these cards, utilization is major, man. You need to keep that utilization under 10%. You don't have to use your card to get a score. Don't let nobody tell you that you got to use your card or you got to leave a balance on your card. I got multiple cards. Uh, most of these are cards, and I have a whole thing full of cards. So, I don't leave most of the cards. I have cards with some balances on them, but most of the cards, I keep them a zero balance. I have some credit cards I probably ain't putting on them in 7, 8 months. Every now and then I ain't use this card in a minute, and then I'll go buy some gas or something and pay it off, throw it back in the drawer. But keep your utilization low. And Ashley's right, Rosa. Don't put all those subprime cards on there. Keep, listen, I'm gonna tell you, somebody in the military, they can get you on with Navy Federal, that's where you want to go. But go to your bank, create a relationship at your bank or a credit union that in your area. Hey, I want to start a membership here, and I want to build a relationship. First, I want to build my credit. I want to open up a secure card. Every month you can add to that, add to it. Then you turn around and say, hey, I want to open up do you have any credit builder loans? It doesn't, maybe $1,000, $800. I just want to open up an installment loan just to show that I've changed my behavior as a credit builder. If you have to secure the loan, secure the loan. If you only have to secure half of the loan, and they allow you to secure half of the loan, right? Pay on that card, use that card, pay it off every month, pay off that loan, boom. Then they'll probably change that card into another card, right? So look at all that other type of stuff. You really listen. I know I did a video on which I need to do more investment video. To be honest, a lot of y'all should be investing your money. If you're investing your money, and this is a great time in the stock market, if you're investing your money, uh, that would man, you can actually increase your investments through investing to help you knock out some of the stuff that you're trying to work with. That's what I honestly that's what I did. I know through COVID, man, I was making a killing. I think in 10 months I went from 100 to 26,000 in 10 months. So Rosa said, thank you, Ashley. I will reach out to you and request one. I am paying 20% for a car loan. Yeah, that's steep, 28%. But let me tell you another thing. Like, listen, I'm gonna tell this to everybody. People think it's hard, right? Sometimes you have to take 2 steps back. Quit getting in bad loans. Save up your money. Buy you a cash car. Buy a cash car while you getting your credit repaired. Buy something that can just get you where you need to get. Sometimes us we don't make the sacrifices that we need to get to move ahead. We put ourselves in these holes that are difficult to get out of because we want the convenience. But if we just sacrifice for 8 months, 9 months, I'm telling you, listen, when I filed my bankruptcy, and then just keeping it real with y'all, I was in a house. I was like, no, I was in a condo at the time. And I was like, man, this condo, I got all this stuff coming up. I actually moved out of the condo, moved into this is my story, moved into a, what do you call them? What do you call them? Like short term, uh, like hotels where you kind of pay month to month. I did that. I was like, I was paying like maybe 1,600, with all my bills at the condo. I moved in there. A, I was paying more like 1,100 a month staying there. I stayed there for 10 months. All the extra money that I was making and I was doing, I paid off a bunch of stuff, saved up some money, and then I went back and then I moved into a house, rented a house, and then from there it was just history. Then my job transferred me out to California, and a bunch of other stuff. Don't get any more of those credit karmic suggested like First Premier Milestone because the ceiling for those cards are very low. Yes, and the other reason you don't want to get those cards because if you $300 credit limit and then they report $30, you're already at your 30%. So you're already at your max. So if you get those cards, you definitely got to keep a zero balance on them. And that could be hurting your score. I probably could pull your credit report and show some of those credit cards you got are over 30%, which is hurting your score. Just wait, Rose. Pay on time for a while, which you haven't already. Then reach out to PenFed, better credit cards because they don't have secure cards. Uh, but it's nothing wrong with some. I mean, I had Open Sky. Open Sky was a cool secure card. But there are regular banks like Chase. There's other people that have secure cards. Just just continue if you open it up for 250, just every time you get paid, put $50 on it, increase the limit. Say I got a lot of the ideas from the channel. Another thing, uh, when you're paying down credit cards, use the snowball effect. You pay a big amount on one card to hurry and get it paid off, and just pay the minimum balances on the other one. Once you get it paid off, take that extra money, throw it on the next card, and then you keep increasing that amount so you can pay your cards off. But don't get a firm. A firm is going to hurt your credit score. Snap don't report some of these other cards. And then there's like Grain. There's people like Grain. If you got an iPhone, they only go on your banking information, right? So get Grain, right? And they'll give you a line of credit up to $1,000, right? And they only go on banking information. You got Tumo, you got X1, you got so I think X1 gave me like a $28,000 credit limit, right? Navy Federal, I'm maxed out on credit limits for Navy Federal. I got a 23, a 15, and a $3,000 card from them. Then I got a loan from them. So I mean, I'm maxed out on what I could get from Navy Federal. They didn't told me, hey, you maxed out, you can't get no more. You met your limit. So but anybody got any other things? But yeah, Rose, like I said, if you want me to look at your credit report for a little quick, I'll be happy to do it for you. You should be. It's not hard getting in the 600. So at a 685, there may be some things that you can correct on your credit report to get you above that. But you should be able to get above that. And is that a FICO score? Or are you looking at a FICO score? That's what I meant to ask. Are you doing this Advantage score like from one of your credit cards or Credit Karma? Is that a FICO score? Yeah, thank you for trying to jump up. Yeah, you need to find out what your FICO score is. Not get off that Vantage score. It's very few. Synchrony Bank uses Vantage scores, but you need to get your Vantage. You need to get your FICO score. The one from Credit Card also. All that is Vantage scores. You need to pull your FICO score. Go on the Experian app. Go on. I mean, my FICO is kind of is expensive. If I was you, I would what I would do is go to Experian.com and pull your FICO scores. Remember, Experian is the largest credit bureau. Most people are going to pull from Experian. Yeah, use that. I'm gonna be real with you. I have a couple clients that I let them get on my cards. They paid me for it, keeping it real, but and I gave them quite a few months for them to work on it. They got about $20,000 of an authorized user card that they have getting thrown on their credit report, and so they can use that to help them boost their scores, to work on getting the credit that they need, right? So that are, man, ask, we can't quit, the scared person can't never win. So as a family member, hey, I'm trying to rebuild my credit, I'm trying to do all the things that I could do. I just need a little help. I don't need a card. I don't want a card. I'm not trying to use it. I just want to piggyback off your good credit history. And so I can help build my credit. Give me 6 months or 7 months, and then you could take me right back off. You should ask people, quit being scared to ask, because, a scared person ain't gonna never get nowhere. You gotta, if it's something you want, you gotta ask. Ask family members. Don't be ashamed. Just say, do you have a card that's got low limit that you've been having for a while, you don't really use? I don't want a card. I just want to piggyback off your good credit history. And if you do that, man, it'll work. But AUs is where it's at. It is a excellent tool to help build your credit. Excellent tool to help build your credit. Right. So there could say, you did good. Ask, man, don't be scared. Don't be scared to ask about, because this credit thing is going to keep you in poverty. It's meant to do that. If you don't use it right, it will keep you broke, and it will keep you in poverty, and keep you not being able to advance in your life, not being able to invest. And I'm gonna tell every single one of y'all, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up. But y'all have to start investing. Open up a brokerage account. Start taking that little money. There's a lot of companies out here for cheap because of the inflation that you can get in. The stock market will change. I've been buying, 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 because when it changed, I'm positioning myself. So start investing. Start investing so you can buy a house. When I bought a house in California, we sold that house. Man, did we make a killing. So, man, you got to start investing. You have to change your mindset. If you're not paying yourself first, if you don't consider yourself the most important bill that you have, you are doing yourself a disservice. When I get paid, first thing I do is I pull money out of that account and I go invest it. My wife get paid, first thing I do is pull some money out that account and invest it, because we are the most important bill. It must be paid every time I get paid. I am not going to pay everybody first and put myself last. And if you don't change that philosophy, you're going to always be struggling. What is the best way to get in the Navy? I don't have any family in the military. That's the Do you have no friends? You don't know anybody that's in the military, or you don't have any friends? That's the way. People can add you, because sometimes Navy Federal have opportunities for you to get in. So do you have any? You don't know anybody that was in the military? Get it fixed now. Do you know anybody that was in the military? I I know a friend, but not relative. Ask your friend, is it a way that he could, uh, if he can get you into Navy Federal, he may be able to get you into Navy Federal. You can't hurt but to ask, because once you get in, man, that's the way. I mean, because you can get a secure card, you can get a pledge loan. They're all about helping. like I said, I got massive. I mean, Navy Federal is the way I go. I said, true, I start getting in bad loans except for our credit card. Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, leave them things alone. Like I tell you, I've took those steps back, and I've learned, man. I got to learn how to take 2 steps back and sacrifice some time. Like, you know, you ain't gotta have cable. Shoot, turn that cable off. Just get what you need. You gotta start cutting back to get you to save that money. There you go. There go your information. That's what I'm trying to do. Yep, yep. That's what I'm saying. If you know somebody, get them in. Get them in. Get it in. Ask, hey, I really appreciate it. Shit, offer them, hey, can you give me a man? I'll offer you $100. Shit. Shit, because it's going to pay off. They can get you in, offer them something. Take them to dinner or something. Hey, I'll take you out to dinner. They, help me out. I need help. You know, uh, it's offer them some shit. $50, $100. If you can get me in, I give you $100. So, no problem. Shit. But it is what it is. We all gotta help each other. We all gotta help each other. But with charge offs, man, my advice is if you've been trying hard, just buckle down and try to get it settled so they quit reporting. Because if they report, say you settled that account in July and they report on it in August, man, you got them. You could go, you can turn right back around for inaccurate reporting. Take them to court, sue them, take them to court because they can't do it. They cannot. And you ain't even gotta you could dispute it one time. You could send that method of verification, and after that, you ain't gotta do no more. You could just go down to the courthouse, pay your 50, $75, and then file a court case against them. Yeah, I mean, most of these credit unions are good. I would just tell you do your research. Yeah, you would have to do your research. A lot of these credit unions are good, man. They're better than most banks. But they all offer different things. So just do your research on them. Maybe I should do a video on all the different credit bureaus out there and what they offer. Uh, but yeah, there are a lot of them out there that offer a lot of good things. So yeah, PenFed is number 2 to Navy Federal. Yeah, so it's a good deal. After dispute number 3 with the 7 charge offs, they went and had good deal. Good deal. Then them inquiries off are good. They're good. But yeah, just email me, Rosa. I got you. We'll look at your credit report together and yeah, get a FICO score. Don't be getting them advantage scores, man. Them advantage scores ain't no check. I have 2 charts off. Only I settle with them and dispute them. Send them a settlement letter. Uh, what I listen honestly, what I would do is call the say, hey, listen, I am looking, I am looking, I am looking to settle this charge off. What is the best settlement offer I could receive today on this account? Because send them a settlement letter. You want to know where you at. You want to talk to somebody. What is the best? If I could settle this account today, what is the best settlement offer I could get? That's how you need to approach that situation. If it's too much, to say, okay, let me see what I could do. Boom. Maybe wait 30 days, call back again. What is the best settlement offer I can get on this account? You don't want to set up payment arrangements, right? That's what you don't want to do. When you're going to do it, you just want to pay it all and get it done. So let me look at something right quick. All right, I got it, Rose. I got your email. So so all right. Yeah, get that FICO score. Don't be getting them Advantage scores. Your score probably could be higher on FICO than it is on Advantage. So those scores are, so you need to get your FICO. You could have a 600 FICO score and not even know it, and you saying that you got a 580. Get off that Vantage score. Get you a FICO score so you know what most creditors are going to be looking at. Uh, I mean, you, and then with charge offs, try, we haven't talked about this, try to get a 1099C. What you need to be looking at for you, if you have a charge off that is 3, 4 years old, you should be contacting your creditor and ask them, have they issued you a 1099C? So ask about a 1099C. If they say no, your next thing to do is you call the IRS and ask them, have there been any 1099s issued on you in the last 3 years? And you should also ask for your tax transcripts for those 3 years. Because I've had clients that have that the uh, hit that have they've called the IRS and said no, we don't see a 1099 issue, but then they got their tax transcript and see that the creditor had sent a 1099C. Now you can look say, hey, you was your requirement under uh, the IRS, and I think it's 4681 or something like that regulation that you're required to, if you submitted a 1099C to the IRS, you were supposed to submit a 1099C to me, right? So because they received a tax credit, right? So if they received the tax credit, right, you need to be knowing, why did I not get that 1099C? Listen, there are court decisions on charge offs, and I got this in my settlement letter requesting a 1099C. Courts have ruled it is inequitable to allow a creditor to blatantly enforce the alleged debt after it has received a tax benefit of a charge off. See Crosby against it was I think Bank of America, and then it says the actual or less potential tax consequences of this form make it inequitable to allow the creditor to enforce its claim against the creditor. Discover Bank versus Scheimer and American Trust Bank versus Fawcett. So there are court cases that say that these are lower court cases that said it you turned in a 1099C, you got a tax benefit from turning in that 1099C, right? It's inequitable for you to continue to try to report this on the credit when you see. But I want you to also understand this too, is if you settled that account, because that's just a IRS requirement, right? So, but because even though they did a 1097, they can still go after you for the charge off and do an amendment to their taxes. People don't tell y'all that. They can go in, they can still go after you. If they collect that money, they can go in and do amendment to that tax year because they received that money from the charge off. But if you settled that account and then you go after them about that 1099C and not receiving the 1099C, you have a better chance of getting it removed. So if you have no, then that means they have not filed that 1099-C. So, okay, you say if I have a 620 FICO score now with two charge-offs, after I settled these two charge-offs and added a good trade line, you think I could get a business loan? It's a very good chance because those two charge-offs won't be delinquent or past due anymore. So your score will probably go up to at least about a six, probably about a 650. And then if you add a good trade line or two, I would say, about 20,000, 15 to $20,000 trade line that may boost your score up to maybe a 660 somewhere. There's a good opportunity that you could get approved for, depending on the amount of the loan that you're trying to get, uh, and your ability to pay the loan, because all that comes into factor. But I think you have a good chance. But unpaid debt kills you trying to get new debt. Just think about that. Sorry. Uh, so an unpaid debt makes it difficult for you to get a new debt. Remember that philosophy. Too many people try to get new debts with unpaid debt, and then all they do, they run up inquiries and get denials, right? Yeah, you should be good. I don't think you'll have a problem with it. But yeah, you need to get this. You need to get them. Listen, if you're in the business, you definitely get them charge offs removed. It is worth the money getting them the benefits of not having charge offs reporting on your credit report. Yeah, that right there. I would definitely knock that out. I would take the L. I would take the L. I would take the L and try to get those charge offs removed because you got to look at you in business. You're killing your potential for financial gain because of a charge off. It's not worth the money. You could have a $20,000 charge off, and you're allowing a $20,000 of charge off stop you from making $100,000. It's just not. It's just the math just doesn't make sense. Yeah, I think I have one more slot available for two trade lines, about $20,000. Both of the accounts are zero. One's a Navy Federal Cash Reward card, and the other one is a Discover card. That's both of them have zero balances. I've had them for probably 3 years now. I think uh, zero balance and uh, all good payment history because I don't play. But yeah, shoot me an email. We'll talk about it and we'll go from there. Uh, but yeah, I already have two other clients that I'm allowing. Both of them, one is a business guy. He's trying to get his stuff because he's trying to get some business loans. And then I have another guy trying uh, to he's working on trying to get some his business stuff going because I mean he's trying to build up his personal credit to get his business stuff going. But yeah, shoot me an email. And we'll go from there. Uh, and but other than that, that's where it's at. I got one more slot, maybe two more slots, but I have to look on there. But I'll let you know. Just yeah, shoot me an email. We'll talk about it, and then we'll get busy. Uh, let's see. Uh, hey, if you've been on, you ain't gave me the thumbs up, man. Shoot me a thumbs up. Uh, uh, Hopefully, I'm giving y'all some good, real information where you're not getting set up for failure and trying these gimmicks that all these people are trying to get y'all to try, and then you're getting the same results. But some of it is you got to take people to court, man. We let the credit bureaus off too easy. Me, matter of fact, I had somebody. Let me tell you about these people, man. This is a new Let's make that money. I know that's right. So I'm just telling you, look, even me, I had a guy call me about this. I'll keep it real with y'all. I'm at work. I get a phone call. I answer my phone. So he called me. I knew it was the number. And dude called me, say, "Hey, you had some kind of," and he was trying to trick me, right? Saying, you had a bankruptcy, and but I'm a good listener, right? So we have a bankruptcy, and you had this debt that you didn't pay, and your bankruptcy got discharged. And he's like, I say, well, so now you owe $1,000, but we'll settle for 600. I'm like, so who is this account? Like, I ain't even heard of these people, right? And I was like, okay, so when you said was it a part of my bankruptcy? Yeah, it was a part of your bankruptcy, but they just got it back. I said, well, first of all, the first delinquency day, you can't report that, and I ain't obligated to pay you, right? Uh, uh, so, so that I was like, dude, I don't know, and we can report it. I say, you go ahead and try to report. I say, man, I say, first of all, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I own a credit repair business. I know this industry very well. You can put that on my credit report if you want to, but I'm definitely gonna sue you. I'm gonna call my consumer lawyer. You'll see me in court the first time we report on there. Cause I know that I haven't had any negative information or not paid nobody before 2011. So I know damn well you can't put that on my credit report, and I know damn well I don't owe you, and I'm not obligated to pay you. So, so, so you're gonna have people out there. Don't be paying people just because they call you, say you're on, man. You do your research. If I owe you, you need to send me a letter for this debt so I can validate this debt. Don't be just because they're gonna be trying to they're going to be trying to sue you. They're going to be trying to scam you. They're going to be trying to get money. Remember, debt never goes away. You could have a debt 20 years ago. What it is, some old BS collection company that bought some zombie debt, and they trying to trick people into paying. Know your statutory limitations in your state. Know how long somebody can go after you and sue you. If somebody calls you and tell you they're going to submit paperwork on you or sue you, then you be like, okay, go ahead. You because they can't do that. It's a Fair Debt Collection Practice Act. They can't be threatened. You can't even threaten to sue people. If you told somebody you're gonna sue them, you better sue them, because if you don't, they're gonna come. They can come back and sue you. So if they talking about they trying to come to your house and summons you or give you that, man, all that's a scam. It's a threat to make you panic to give them money, right? A lot of collection companies ain't gonna take you to court because they know they ain't even got the proper documentations to get money from you. So a lot of times we pay these collection companies and not take them to court. But if you smart, you want to hold them to a fire. But also the trick of the game is this: if you owe, that's why I use the restrictive endorsement strategy. If I owe a guy $500, I'm not going to get a lawyer to fight a $500 debt, right? You going It doesn't make sense. Now you can go into court and fight it yourself and save you the money, but I'm not gonna go and pay a lawyer $500. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say I'm gonna use my restrictive endorsement strategy. I may send you $200, right? And I'm gonna use a check. And if you cash that check and deposit that check and you follow the instructions, I just got out the debt and I'm gonna get it removed for $200. Yeah, I'm $200 out of my pocket, but I got it off my credit report, and my credit score is gonna go up, and I don't have to worry about it no more. If I have $1,000 collection account, I'm probably not gonna take him to court because the lawyer is gonna cost me 1,200, 1,500, 1,800. And then I gotta hope he win. Because if he don't win, I still gotta pay him the 1,800, and then I gotta turn around and still pay the debt. right? So what I'm doing, I'm looking at it smart and say, okay, how about I offer this guy? How about I offer this guy, this collection company? I owe him 1,000. I'm gonna send him 350, right? Or that's a little over 30% of the debt. We know damn well they ain't paid 30% of that money. So I'm gonna say, okay, and I'm gonna send them my restrictive endorsement. I'm gonna use my personal check. And if they cash that check, because I'm gonna put deposit only, and I have all the literature on it and everything I need to set it so it's a legal document. And then if they cash that check, I got it out. They gonna remove it if they want to or not. Or I'm really gonna take them to court because you just entered into a contract with me. See, I play the same game that the creditors play with us. I'm gonna play the same thing with them. I'm gonna send it. If they don't, I want my thing, my battery going down. So I'm gonna play the same game they play with me. I'm gonna send them. I'll say, hold up, you just entered into a contract with me, and I got proof. I got the proof because what I wrote on the back of the check, you endorsed the back of the check, you deposit the check in my account under the terms and conditions I set to you, and you catch it. So boom, you're gonna take it off. Oh yeah, we can go do mediation in court. Now that's gonna cost you money. It's gonna cost a collection company money because now they gotta pay somebody to go in and fight it. They gotta go in and fight it. So we can play the games. So I'm gonna play the same game y'all playing. So you just gotta know your strategies, man. You just gotta know how to play the same game. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, but ultimate, the ultimate thing is to get your credit score right so you can turn around and grow your wealth. Your credit is going to limit you from meeting your financial goals. My financial goals have changed from 2017 to this. So I say 5 years, my financial goals have drastically changed. Now I'm looking at other opportunities where I can continue to grow my wealth. That's what I'm looking at. Other opportunity because I've for years I allowed my credit score. I've always made good money. Always made good money. I'm in the military. I'm retired. Got out. Operational manager. My wife is a nurse. We made good money, but we realized, man, our credit is breaking us. Because every time we need to go spend a bunch of money and get something, interest rates too high. We don't get the best deals. We're not getting the best credit card. We're not getting cards with loan. Like now, shit, we go fly, man. Where I got American Express. Shit, we go in America. We go in the concierge lounge. We kick back free drinks, free food, comfortable before our flights. If we got a layover, see, we could never do things like that before because our credit limited us on what we could do. So you got to realize, man, your credit is so important in how you handle it and how you deal with it. Even when you make the mistakes, you handle it, you deal with it. Don't worry about, man, I'm gonna be out $300 if I pay. I'm just not gonna do it. Cause that $300 is being triple the amount you losing in reality. Because if you start laying out every card you got that's 28%, your loan is 25%, that you can't never get something where interest free for 12 months, right? They're gonna charge you 18% interest. You gotta get some furniture, your refrigerator go out, you can't afford that. You go down somewhere, you gotta pay interest on that. All that stuff is tagging. And if you add up all the interest and all the extra money you're paying, that's why you don't have money to invest in yourself, right? So this do I have infinity or do I have cable? No, I got internet. I got internet. You know what I got? I got Magic TV. You know how much I pay for my cable? I got about 1,000 channels. I pay $25 a month for my cable, and I can watch movies. I can watch TV and do that. All I got is internet. That's all I pay the cable. Cable, all you can get is internet from me. I'm not paying for no cable, right? I'm not paying you no $100, $200 for no cable. That stuff is ridiculous. I could be putting that elsewhere. So I look at other things where I could cut. Right now, I love cards. I spend money on my cards and stuff like that. But I look at other ways and I invest in myself. Every time I get paid, I don't care if it's $10, I'm investing in me first. That's my philosophy. I ain't giving nobody no money till I put some money where I could invest, right? Because you're never gonna grow your wealth if you don't, right? You'll never be able to buy a house, invest in that. You know what I mean? We bought a house in California, lived in that house for 18 months, had a pool added, boom, sold our house 18 months later. $300,000 we made on that house and lived in it for 18 months because we improved our credit and knew that we can't be continued renting. We got to invest in ourselves, buy a house so we have some money. So the next house, the house we want, I want to buy another house. Well, actually, I want to buy some land and then have a custom house built. But this house I'm in now, I'm not going to sell it. I'm gonna rent it out. I'm not selling no more stuff like that. Like it's all about how do I create residual income? How do I continue to grow? I'm looking for some other properties for Airbnb. I'm in Texas. I'm close to buy Galveston. So I want to buy some Airbnb property. So in the summertime, I could be renting that stuff out. So it's so many ways, man, that you got to be thinking mindset wise, and it all stems from your credit. Happy Time say, they may let you get sponsorship. Hey, I'm all about growing, man. I'm looking at a franchise. I'm looking at a franchise called Mr. Appliance, a low cost franchise to get in. What I'm working on right now is I'm working on liquidity. I got the credit score. I'm just working on my liquidity side because when you're trying to get an SBA loan, they want to see that you got a certain amount of money in your account because if they're gonna be dropping you 150, $200,000, they help you get your business started. They just want to make sure your credit is straight, you got a little extra money. So what I'm doing is I'm making sure my liquidity so I can get open. I want to open a franchise, right? So and I want to work on my own business, right? So Happy Time said, right, get in there, cash flow, right? Yeah, it's what it's all about. It's all about working the system, but everybody's got to everybody's got to everybody's got to you just got to look at where your future, where you're trying to be, where you're trying to go. But yeah, with this settlement letters, you got restrictive endorsements, you got settlement letters, you got requests for 1099Cs. Get that 1099C. Make sure the creditors are following the rules of filing these 1099Cs. Uh, do I got anything else here? Look at get on. I'm doing a video on the list of consumer reporting companies, and I'm gonna hit the top one that you need to be making sure that you pull in that information and challenging that information on those reports. Biggest mistakes is we go straight to the big three, and all these other people are housing information, and the big three would be like, well, let me go verify with LexisNexis. Okay, let me go look at Stagestream. Let me go look at CoreLogic. Oh man, they got the same thing. So how am I reporting it wrong? And I see it on CoreLogic, I see it on Stagestream, I see it on LexisNexis, right? So you need to clear up those third parties. They hiding from us. You got all kind of early warning system. That's a credit reporting agency. Like I tell you, I'm gonna go through a lot of stuff. Global Payment Check Service. That's a credit reporting agency. All these credit report, telecheck service, credit reporting agency, right? A plus property, credit reporting agency. I'm just telling there's tons of them. LexisNexis Clue for auto and property. I did a video on you may be paying higher insurance and it may be an accident on your LexisNexis report that ain't even your accident. And you paying higher insurance because LexisNexis got some bad information on your insurance claim part, right? Because that's where the insurance go to look to see if there are any claims against you to determine what kind of insurance payment you're gonna pay. So you got all type of these different people, credit agencies, accurate background. They got there's tons of them. I'm gonna do a video on this. I got this whole thing to go over what they are, why it's important, the challenge, why it's important to look at it. So that's what you got the div. That's what my next class is going to be on. and I'm gonna do another class on this step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 dispute processes. What strategies work well, what strategies don't work well, why you want to use this strategy. We're just going to talk about a lot of different things, but I see we're kind of slowing down a little bit. Only one talking to me is Happy Times. Uh, Ashley's gone, Rose is gone, Cash is gone too. I ain't heard Cash talk in a minute. So let's see, yes, Lexus has it. Yeah, I could do it. Yeah, there was a car accident on a car that I purchased from my car. Yep. So yeah, look out. Look out. You could also hold on. Let me see if I got the link right here. Let me see, man, because I was on it. Let's see if it allowed me to do it. Bam, there you go. Hit that link. Take you right to it. Take you right to where all the different third party bureaus are at, what they collect on you. So there's a lot of them. So hit it up. Learn about these third parties. These third parties is they sneaking us, and a lot of we ain't catching it because we so concentrate on Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, and then a lot of so we even skip Innovis. We gotta make sure we be on point about these third parties. They something else. So understand what you're doing. Understand there's other avenues, right? Get them authorized users. Get them AUs. AUs. Get them AUs. Get them AUs on your. Get somebody. Add somebody. Get it. Offer them a little something. It's beneficial. It's worth it, right? Uh, get them AUs. Get them collections off. Oh, you shouldn't even have no medical collections on your credit report. It's July. All paid medical collections got to come off. So y'all shouldn't even be having no medical collections on your credit report come this month. Get them paid. Do what you got to do, man. Move your stuff forward. Quit walking around with this bad stuff. People over here got $200 medical debts, and instead of them paying, get it off their credit report, they just want to hold it. They want to go hang out at the club downtown and buy some liquor. Man, get that credit, get that stuff off your credit so you can own the club, not go to the club. Right? So, but anyway, all right, I'm about to cut it off now because uh we've been on here about an hour and 30 minutes, and man, we've been on here about an hour and 30 minutes. So uh, I'm to get my watch together. All right. But anyway, I'm out. Say I want to hang out. I want to hang out at a next lobby. I know that's right. Yeah, I'll be chilling, man. We go on the flight. We look for the concierge lounge. We walk in there. because they's like, you got to show them your American Express card. You show them that American Express card. That's what I say. You got shit. I don't even play. I go in there. I be like, I show them that platinum. I say, here you go. They say, get on upstairs. Go on in there. We got. They walk you to your seat. Lady say, "Here, you want a thing?" You go up there. Hey, can I get me a drink? Got you a free drink. They got food out there and stuff. You sit down, get your plate, go eat. They got them long little recliners where you can get on there, lay your feet out, kick back, take a nap. Especially if you got a long layover, be chilling, right? You know. So, man, it's all about doing it right. Thanks for the feedback because it is a war. I mean, and you gotta handle it like that. You gotta think of it like that. You gotta think of it as, I gotta figure out how could I do it. Because I need those trading. So I can do 524. Okay. Yep. So yeah, you gotta. It is a war with these credit bureaus, and that they're all about just holding us down. That's why I just keep telling you, don't. You got to have multiple strategies. Multiple strategies. Continue to build on your credit. It take time. Sometimes you get frustrated, but if you stay consistent, do the right thing. Quit trying to take all these shortcuts. Quit letting these people on YouTube sell y'all a bunch of wolf tickets about a whole bunch of stuff that don't work and try to tell y'all it work, and then let y'all give y'all hope, and then y'all get down, and then y'all get frustrated, and then y'all don't do it, and then y'all get so pissed off, and y'all stop, quit it. Just stay focused, keep pushing, do your own research, and stay focused. Then just add that pre-charge, and I won't put. It's a lot of money. 2 months to settle, almost 50K. Ooh, yeah, that's a lot. But I'm gonna tell you, listen, I had a $19,000 Capital One car credit me account for a car. It was a Dodge Charger. They settled it for $2,750. That's what they settled it for, right? So the only way you're gonna find out anything is to call, negotiate. You ain't gotta do them all at one time. Call, negotiate. Hey, I lost my job during COVID. Man, it was so hard. I didn't know what to do. I tried to maintain. Is there any way that y'all could work with me to give me a good settlement off? I'm willing to pay. You gotta call Ashley. You gotta work them. Come up with a story, right? Work them, right? But you got it. You can't give up. You can't give up. Call them every month. Shit, they get tired of talking to you. Shit, call them every month. Is there a new settlement offer out there for me? I'm ready to pay. They may ask you, what can you pay? You may say, well, I could pay 3,000. Okay, we'll take the 3,000. We'll sell it for 3,000. You gotta keep working. Don't give up. Just think of it as you at a battle. You gotta keep working. I wouldn't give up. Listen, let me tell you what my daddy told me. They can't say nothing but no. He said, how many times you heard me tell you no? So just like when I was young. I mean, it's a funny story. When I was young, and you trying, young, you trying to talk to girls, maybe like nah, and I'll be like, Dad, man, girls, they be tripping, man. They be talking about no, no, no. And he said, hey man, how many times you asked me for money? And I said, I'm always asking you for money. And he said, how many times have I told you no? And he said, I said, you always telling me no. He said, you ain't never stop asking me. And they just like a light went off. I was like, okay, I get it. Just because they tell you no don't mean to stop asking. Keep asking. So my philosophy, because you tell me no, that's just the no that day. They ain't no every day. So I'm gonna ask you every day almost until I get a yes. Then you get tired of you like, yes, just so you stop asking me. You know what I mean? So don't give up. Fight the fight. The fight is all about. I'm military. The fight is you gotta stay. You can't just fight one day. That fight lasts. You may get a break, but you gotta get back up and get back on it. You know what I mean? So don't give it up. Don't give up. Continue the fight. Don't stop asking. Right? Continue to push. Continue to dispute. Don't stop disputing. Look at change up the letters. Change it up. Don't send the same letter. How could I change up this letter to look a little different? How could I reword the letter to look a little different? Quit disputing 10 things at one time. It kills your opportunity. Dispute one thing at a time. So the next time you dispute something different, the next time you dispute something different, the next time you dispute something different, and you turn around and then you turn around and then you when you dispute that first thing, what was your method of verification? What was your method of verification on this? I'm requesting all my files. Oh, now you dispute the second thing. What was your method of verification on verifying this was accurate, right? I want to request my own file. Oh, the third thing, I want you to dispute this. What was your method of verification for disputing this? That's the part you gotta quit disputing everything at one time. You got to play the game with them. You got to keep it going. No, I disputed something different. Now, if you want to take them to court, especially if it's inaccurate, I disputed each one of these things different, and each one of these things that were reported inaccurate, they reported that was verified. Right. So I'm telling you, it's a battle. It's a true battle of trying to get them to understand this. Send the creditor a letter. Deal with the credit bureaus. Don't give up. Let the creditor know you're reporting inaccurate information on my credit report. Just send them one letter. Don't keep sending them 50 letters. You need one letter to send them. You notified them, you told them, and they didn't do nothing about it. That's all you need, one letter. And you just go after these credit bureaus because you don't know how that letter was processed, who looked at that letter, when they looked at it, how they looked at it, how they interpreted it. That's why how you dispute is so important on getting your message relayed to them so they can accurately and properly investigate what you're trying to dispute. That's so important. So it's all there. So uh, but we need to, I mean, and maybe we need to have like a dispute, a live dispute class. You put your inaccurate information up. Maybe that's what we'll do next week. Live. We're gonna write dispute letters live on what you're trying to dispute. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that next week. So you tell me what you want to dispute, and then we'll put together a dispute for that, for that. So maybe that's what we'll do next week. And I'm gonna write that down. We're gonna do dispute class. Dispute class next week. Dispute class live. You bring your disputes and then we write the letters out live and you tell me how that is different than how you've been disputing. And then understand, we'll put it together. So bring your disputes, your live disputes out, and then we'll go from there. And that's it. Man, it's an hour and 43 minutes, man. Time flies when you having fun. But I'm gonna have to get off here because I definitely need to get this video going. So I'm gonna take a little break, go downstairs, snack on a little something, eat me a salad. And I'm trying to get my body right. I've been slipping through COVID, but I'm back. But then I'm trying to go get me a sleeve though, get my arm sleeve. What y'all think I should get my arm sleeve? I've been wanting to do it for a long time, and I'm thinking about just going and get this whole no, get my right arm sleeve, not my left arm, my right arm, because everything gonna be right. So I'm gonna get my right arm sleeve. So what y'all think? I should get a sleeve. So, but anyway, I'm out. I appreciate y'all. Before y'all leave, like, subscribe. You know the deal. And I'm gonna get another video out. But I appreciate every single one of y'all, man. Just know that I'm gonna give y'all real information on this channel. I'm not gonna feed y'all a bunch of BS. We do need to have some. I need to talk about some credit builder things, and we need to talk more about investment stuff. So. Uh, but again, if you need my master dispute package, I ain't talk about. I have my master dispute package, got a ton of information in there. If you want that, you know the deal. Shoot me an email. It's $70. And when you buy the package, I don't leave you out there, bro. People buy the package and say, "Hey, I'm here to assist you. If you got any questions or you need help or anything, it's because you pay for that package. I'm still gonna be there to help you and say, no, you do this. Let me look at your dispute letter. I would change that out. Yeah, you could do that. Oh, you good. What about this? Yeah, I got you. So, I'm still your outlet. I'm still a guy to help you if you get the package, a little something to give back. Right. So, but I do have that. You have to shoot me an email. Whenever I get my website up and going, uh, I've been so busy starting this new job, and I got somebody working on my website, but it's really kind of taking longer than I expected it, and it's not all his fault. Some of it's my fault too. So, uh, but uh, but I didn't expect it to take this long. But uh, but if you have an opportunity, again, if you shot me an email, I try to get back to all my emails. Sometimes if it take a day or two, I might get a lot of emails, past people, past clients, past people that bought my dispute package, have questions. But I definitely will get back to you. But I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all very much. And hey, y'all stay blessed. And hey, we at war, so don't give up. We gotta continue to fight. And I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all take it easy. Then I'm out.